We're going to try a weaving project today. So I'm going to use black paper, and I'm kind of doing rainbow stuff recently, but I'm going to choose to do, I think, 3 different colors for my weaving portion. So I have some construction paper, and then I just need ruler, scissors, glue, and then something to draw lines with. And since I'm using black paper, I've chosen to use a white crayon so that I can see it a little bit easier. So first, we're going to do some measuring. Get a little bit smaller today, so I'm going to make 4.5 inches. Make a mark there, and 6 inches long. It's going to be kind of tiny. So then I'm going to take my ruler, and I'm going to draw. I'm going to line it up, set it straight, draw along until I get 4.5. And then I'm going to go line up that point with this point, which should be about 6, and it is. And I'm going to cut this out. Okay, so now I'm going to fold this hamburger style, as they say. So I'm going to hold down this part over here. I'm going to bring this part up, align those edges, and push down. Okay, so now I'm going to take my ruler, and I'm going to go to the other side, and I'm going to look at 1 centimeter, and I'm going to go and make a mark at the 1 centimeter mark, and I'm going to make a line all the way across. Okay, again, you can also use your white crayon. So that's the line I'm not going to go past. So now I'm going to draw a series of lines, and they can be slanted, they can be wavy. For this, it's going to kind of be an optical illusion based off of what you draw. So, but the lines need to go all the way from the bottom fold up to that line and not past, because we don't want to cut past that. So I'm going to do like that. Again, there's no right or wrong way on these lines. I want mine to be kind of symmetrical, so I'm going to do similar lines on each side. And one more. Okay. So now I'm going to cut on those lines all the way up to the pencil and stop. Okay, so when I open it up, this is going to be my loom. So I'm going to weave my paper in and out. So I need some pieces of paper about the same size as this. So I'm going to measure again. Great practice for ruler use. So I'm going to go 4.5 by 6. Take that line, draw it all the way to 4.5, and then that line to the bottom, which is 6. Ta-da! Okay, so there's one, so I'm going to do it with pink and yellow. Okay, so now I'm going to cut these out. Okay, so since I want all of my lines to be the same size, which you don't have to, but I'm going to. So I'm going to measure, I'm going to have each one be no more than 1/2 inch-ish, maybe 3/4. So right there. I'm going to go all the way down the line to keep the line straight-ish. I'm going to draw a line all the way down. Okay, so now I have lines that I can cut on. And I'm going to do the same thing with these guys. Remember when you're using that ruler to hold down tight with the other hand. Again, you want to be pushing down pretty hard. Now I'm only doing kind of half of these ones because I won't need all of them for this. So now I'm just going to cut out my strips. So then I'm going to take my loom and I am going to start weaving. So on this one, I'm going to go over on this part. So I go under the next one. And then I got to go over, then under, then over, then under, over, then under. I'm going to get it as close to the edge as I can, and we'll snip off that extra when we're done. Okay, so our next one has to be opposite. So we did over first, so I'm going to go under, then over, then under, then over. Are you sensing a pattern here? Under, over, under, over. If you ever get confused, you can just look at the first one because you shouldn't have color touching, essentially. So if I have black, see blue touches black, blue, black, blue, black, yellow, black, yellow, black. There's no blue and yellow together. Okay, so I'm going to finish up. Last pull. Ta-da. Okay, so now I'm going to glue all the ends and then we'll trim them. So again, like I mentioned before, get those strips as tight as you can, especially when you're doing the whole weaving part, because then you know how much space you have for another color. Okay, let's glue. Flip it over, do the other side. Remember when you're gluing that you have to do both the top and the bottom on both sides, as well as make sure that you have your pieces pulled to a point where there might be excess on either side. Because see, I glued my pink without that. So now I have to try and move them up a little bit and push that glue back down. Okay, so now let's trim off all the excess. And look at that. It kind of looks like it comes to a point in a weird way. It's kind of like it's popping out a little bit. So this was rather tiny and pretty difficult to weave. So you can take this project and do it over a couple of days, or you can make your starting loom bigger. You could use a whole piece of paper, and then you would just have longer and maybe thicker weaving strips. But fun times!